What is good, everyone? It is NFL Combine Week. We are going to start to get some answers on this stuff. NB knows what it is. That's right. We are going to start to know how fast are some of these guys really? How strong are some of these guys really? We're starting to hear more rumors, starting to hear more rumblings. We might even find out, hey, is Travis Hunter, is he a wide receiver? Is he a corner? We don't know yet, but we're starting to get some answers, starting to see how teams are feeling about some of these guys. And of course, the somewhat overrated, but super fun 40-yard dash. It's something we all want to know, hear, and see. It's going to be fun. Lorenzo is good. He's ready to do this rookie mock. He's ready. We are going to be doing a rookie mock draft today. Not one QB, Superflex. We about a month ago did a one QB mock draft in the rookie class. Now we're going to do a super flex mock draft. Should be pretty fun if I'm going to say so myself. We've got, let's see, we're going to do, originally had it for 3 rounds, but we're going to do 4. Let's do 4 rounds. I think it's worth it to do 4 rounds. So in a little bit here, I will post in the chat. Yeah, it'll be good. My guy Eddie, what's good? Good to see you. Josh, I don't know much about the rookies yet, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. This is the perfect week for it. Stafford to the Raiders. I've heard some rumblings about the Raiders, heard some rumblings about the Giants. Then I heard might not go anywhere. Maybe they figure out a way to keep him. We shall see. Oh, John is all in. That's what I like to hear, my guy. That's what I like to hear. Curtis, Dynasty Nerds is the best in the biz. Appreciate you, Curtis. Thanks for all the amazing content. Keep it up, guys, and have a blessed day today. Brandon just joined the community. Give him a round of applause. You are going to love the All 22 tape, my guy. You are going to love the All 22 tape. And getting the GM tool at your fingertips. Oh, hashtag blessed. Hashtag blessed. I saw Schefter say that pick 10 is the same as pick 35 in the NFL draft. It is funny. There's a couple like real high-end guys, and then there's just a lot of really good players in this class. So just saying. Stafford to the Raiders may get me physically excited. Hopefully there's not a video camera on you at the moment. Hopefully, you're just chatting it up with us. All right, guys, enough chit-chatting. And of course, we're going to talk more as we go, but let's go ahead and get this thing going. So I am going to post here momentarily. I will be posting the link to the startup. So let me grab, there it is. All right, or not the startup, the mock draft. The mock draft. Bam. All right, if you want in it, there's your opportunity. There is your opportunity to get in on this Superflex rookie mock draft. Last time it filled up in a matter of moments. I expect that it will do the same today. Already halfway filled. It like just in a moment, like a bunch of teams just showed up. So already halfway filled. If you want to be a part of it, you better hop in quick. All right, let's see. I think, are we full? We're full. Happened that fast. Try to check one message real quick. And it's already full. It's already fast. All right, let's make it happen. Let's see. Let me share this. Share screen. Yes, sir. Bam, and share. Okay. Think you guys should be able to see the draft now. Let me know if for some reason you can't. I lengthened it to a minute and a half. It'll give me a little bit more time to talk about some of these players in this class. JJ McCarthy to the Browns. I would be very, very surprised by that, Alex, but you never know. This is rumor season, but I would be extremely, extremely surprised if they moved on from him. JJ McCarthy will start for the Vikings, my man. I think you're right. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think so. All right. Depth of corners, running backs, D-line, and tight ends is really dope. Yeah, there's a lot of good players in this draft, man. All right, here we go. Let's start this thing. 2025 Superflex rookie mock draft begins. 101 is on the board. I am going to mute this, though. I hate getting all the sounds. And Superflex, we've got no surprise. We have got Mr. Ashton Jeanty as the 1-1 in the class. One spot just opened. Oh. Well, he's back. We're good. All right. So, we've got some interesting picks already, and it's moving quickly. I love it. So, what we've got so far, Ashton Jeanty at 1-1, no surprise. Tet McMillan is next. Then we have, which I've seen a decent amount of, but then we usually see the quarterbacks go somewhere in here. Not this draft. Omarion Hampton, a lot of people talking about him as running back 2. I have him at 3 right now, but it's splitting hairs. Very, 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 very good running back class. He goes 3, the North Carolina running back. Then at 4, this one's a surprise a little bit, Travis Hunter. Now, this could end up being an amazing pick if he is playing his full allotment of snaps at wide receiver. If he's playing mostly corner, well, then we might have a little bit of a problem here. So this will be a really, really interesting one to see how this plays out. Travion Henderson, he goes at pick 1-5, the Ohio State running back. Then we have Cam Ward falling all the way to 1-6. I know people are a little soured on this quarterback class a bit, so that moves him down the board, even though I like Cam Ward. I think he's a pretty good player. Then we have Tyler Warren, the crazy upside tight end from Penn State, goes at 1-7. Luther Burden at 1-8, the fun electric wide receiver. And then we finally get the QB2 going here at pick 1-9, and that is Shedeur Sanders. So that puts me on the clock. Ooh. My guy Eddie's saying Caleb Johnson is that dude. I'm not as big on him as others. Emeka at 1-9 is a smash. I have no problem with Emeka here. Honestly, I would have, if somebody wanted Caleb Johnson, I have no problem with that here. I would even be fine with him on my team here. I have him a little bit lower, though. I have no problem with Colston Loveland here. I would have no problem with Emeka Ibuka here. I like Quinshon. I like the tape I saw out of Quinshon. So I'm going to take him here. But there's a lot of running backs in this range I like quite a bit. So I took Quinshon Judkins. I mean, every year, this kid has a nose for the end zone, which I love that out of a running back. 15 or more touchdowns each and every season. 50 combined touchdowns over his 3 years. Bonkers number. So the Ohio State wide receiver, Emeka Ibuka, goes at 111, right next to his Michigan counterpart, the tight end, Colston Loveland, who I also like quite a bit. I don't think the gap between Loveland and Warren is as big as people are making it out to be. So now we're in the second round. Now is where things are probably going to slow down a little bit. A lot of people know most of these names in the first round. And the fact that Caleb Johnson fell out of the first round is crazy because I could see another draft where he would go 1-3, 1-4. Like, that would not surprise me. Dylan Gabriel. Now, there's the surprise. That's the biggest surprise. I'm not a very big Dylan Gabriel guy. But Ride Chip, you might have to let us know what you think. Ooh, I don't know about this. I don't think he's going to get enough PT for it. I love Travis Hunter. I believe the tape at wide receiver speaks for itself. He's a combine as a corner to strengthen the one pick case for NFL teams. Just my opinion. Hey, that could absolutely be the case. Just from the lack of wide receiver and depth at running back, the pick Emeka Ibuka was easy for me. I cannot blame you there. Can I have some insight on the Caleb Johnson nerd score? So, like I said, he's a tiny bit lower for me, but it's still like, had he been in last year's class, he would have been right there at the top. So it's just how good this class is. It's not necessarily throwing shade at Caleb Johnson. Mr. Bakes a lot. Good to have you here. All right, here's what we've got so far in the second round. Dylan Gabriel at 2-1. The shocker for me so far of the draft. And then the shocker in the opposite direction, how far somebody fell. Caleb Johnson at 2-2. I would be shocked if that actually happens, but we'll see. Cam Scattaboo there at pick 2-3. I like Scattaboo a lot. I actually have Scattaboo just a hair of Caleb Johnson, just a hair ahead of him. It is very close. Matthew Golden at 2-4. The wide receiver is getting a lot of love, and rightfully so. Big play waiting to happen. Really showed off some good stuff towards the end of the year and in the college football playoffs. Trey Harris, an injury kind of derailed his season a little bit, but man, he is a very good player. Omarion Hampton. Hampton was somebody that he was, Omarion Hampton. Ollie Gordon was somebody that, he won the Doak Walker Award in his, been his sophomore season. Very, very good runner. Harold Fannin going at 2-7 here. The Bowling Green small school prospect. Devin Neal at 2-8. I like Devin Neal quite a bit. Dylan Sampson at 2-9. I do still have some running backs that are in my top 10 still available here. There's some quarterbacks that do make it kind of interesting in Superflex. So that is a little bit tempting for me. Let's see. Can I organize it by just position now? All right. I'm going to have to go find it. It's all right. I'll go search. Where are you? Man, I'm having to scroll far. We got offensive lineman. All right, hold on. I got to search. I might have to. Oh, LaQuint Allen isn't even in their player database yet. How dare they? All right, I'll take Tootin. Oh, they gave me Isaiah Bond. Hold on. Turn off auto pick. Nope. Hold on. I'm going to pause. Change the player. I'm going to take Tootin. Kid out of Virginia Tech. I like him quite a bit. LaQuint Allen would have been my pick, though, had he been available, which he is not even in the player pool yet. Running back out of Syracuse. This guy is, I think, a very, very underrated asset at the moment. Could end up being a fairly legit and elite receiving threat. Has the frame, he's 6 foot, so he has the ability to put on some more weight. And even though he's only at 207 right now, could easily put some more weight on, but played really physical on the goal line, which I love to see. Just refused to get stopped short of the goal line, which is beautiful for me. All right, so that wraps up our second round. I took Bayshall Tootin, running back out of Virginia Tech. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a poor man's why am I drawing a blank now? Miami running Devon Achane. Wow. Can't believe I couldn't recall his name. Devon Achane. He kind of reminds me of him. A little bit of an undersized player, but really, really good speed. Can make some guys miss in the open field. I see him getting just as much, if not more value out of the receiving game than the running game. So, but we'll see how all this plays out. Jalen Milroe, the ultimate boom bust pick here, but in the second round, that's what you got to do. Luis loves him some tight ends. QB at 6 and 9 in Superflex is wild. Tristan Cook is actually at the combine right now, folks. Actually physically present at the combine. What are my thoughts on AR-15? I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. Like, I want to have a strong opinion. If you can get him cheap, I'm willing to do it. But if you're having to pay top 20 quarterback prices, then I'm probably not willing. Ryan, he gets an opportunity to explain himself with the Dylan Gabriel pick. I think Dylan Gabriel has all the tools to be successful. If he falls to the right coach's hands, I think he will be a steal. Maybe, and that could be true. But I think right now, I don't see him being a day 2 pick, which makes it hard. But we'll see. Michael said, Tootin is the guy you are looking for, or he should be. Michael, he's the one I ended up taking. He's the one that I ended up taking. I like LaQuint Allen a little bit more, but unfortunately, he is not even in the player pool, which is just wrong. Just absolutely wrong. 207 for Romeo Dobbs and Braylon Allen, 14. Man, pretty much the 209. I think it's even. If you need a little more depth, I think Allen and Dobbs make sense. If you want to go for the upside a little bit more, you have a chance to get maybe a home run player at 2.9. So you're real early for tooting. I'll toot any time of day. 11 running backs through 2 rounds. That's right. 11 through 2 rounds. Mr. Bakes a lot convinced me that Genty is as good as everyone is saying. Boise State wasn't a big school, and he didn't have the big competition. I don't think he will do well against NFL competition. Here's the thing. For me, I spent a lot of time watching his tape. I watched 6 games of him this year. When I was watching him, the grade I gave him is the second highest. This is year 6 of doing the Nerd Score. Second highest grade I've given to a running back. The only one that got a higher score for me was Bijan Robinson. That was it. So that's the thing for me is like everything I'm seeing. And yes, competition is part of it, but the things that he is able to do, the contact balance that he has is just absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. So it's kind of how it is for me. All right. Back to my pick. I'll recap in a moment here. I've got to make my pick. I'm guessing the other guy that I would want here isn't going to be here. Let me check. Oh, he is here. Kyle Monangai. I'm a big Monangai fan. I like him a lot. He's got a little bit of limited athleticism, but I'm really curious to see how he does in the combine. But honestly, when watching him, there are very few players that I see that play with the intensity and just the downright refusal to go down that Kyle Monangai has. Like, there is something about him that he just fights and claws for everything. And he has really good vision. So we'll see. All right. I gotta recap. I haven't recapped in a while. Damian Martinez, nice running back out of Miami, goes the last pick of the second round. Now we're starting to get a run on the quarterbacks and the receivers. Tez Johnson at 3-1. Jackson's Dart. I think that's a good value there. Like, look at my guy just scooping up value, taking Caleb Johnson, scoop, take Jackson Dart, scoop. Let's see who he gets here. All right, probably not the value on that one, but still, Ellick has some really nice upside, so I cannot blame him there. Jalen Royals, the Utah State wide receiver. Then Noel from Iowa State at 3-4. Isaiah Bond, a guy that was being talked about as maybe a first rounder in both rookie drafts and NFL drafts, falling a little bit, didn't have a great end of the season. Will Howard, the Ohio State quarterback, who there's no chance he was going to be in here before the college football playoffs, and then went berserk and showed us a lot. The teammate to Noel here, Jaden Higgins, goes at 3-7. Jordan James, a nice running back. There's so many nice running backs in this class. He goes here at 3.8. Eric Arroyo, love this kid's tape from Miami. Didn't put up eye-popping numbers, but all the tools are absolutely there. Manun guy, I talked about him a little bit ago. Gunnar Helm at 3.11, and Restrepo as the last pick of the round. We will see. We will see. Ashton Gentry reminds me of a lesser Dalvin Cook with not as good of hands. He's a solid pick. I think Dalvin Cook might have been a little bit better of a receiver. I'm not ready to say that he's a lesser Dalvin Cook, though. I think he might be a better version of Dalvin Cook, but we will see. We will see. I'm not ready to crown him the best back. I don't think he's as good as I wasn't doing the grades then. I wish I was. I just missed Barkley by a year or two. But I did do, like I said, Bijan, he's behind him. He probably would have been behind Zeke. He probably would have been behind Saquon for me. So I don't think he's a generational running back that some say. But we'll see. I think he is a very top tier running back. I just don't know if he's elite. Nico in a 26th third for Odunze, Winnington, and a 25 second. Yeah, that's Nico all day. I like Odunze, but you're very, very happy if Odunze becomes Nico and you're not really getting that much on top. So I think that's pretty easily Nico for me. Let's see. Marvin, I need help. I have Otten, Kraft, Jonnu, Hawkinson. I want to trade my RB2 is Pollard. No QB3, no first. What are you doing? 14 man. Yeah, I'm definitely making a trade at tight end. They're so in a 14 team, you're going to easily have 3 or 4 people that are really wanting a tight end. So I would be looking to move one of those guys. You're going to get the most probably for Hawkinson. So if you're willing to move him and then kind of roll with Kraft and Jonnu as your guys, then that's probably the best move you can make. Ooh, Quinn Ewers was my pick here. I think he fell too far with the kind of upside that he has. I don't like taking receivers this late. I'm usually going in on running backs and quarterbacks. They just don't have a lot. I do like Trevor. Trevor Etienne or I'm going to go with Pat Bryant. He's the wide receiver out of Illinois. He's got a good frame, good size to him. I think he could end up being a really solid NFL wide receiver. So this late, I think he's worth it for me. So wrapping up what do we got here? The 3rd or 4th round. DJ Giddens, running back out of Kansas State. Alec Ayomanor from Stanford at 4.2. RJ Harvey, there's some guys that are really, really high on RJ Harvey, like top 5, top 6 type of high. I can understand it. I'm not there, but I can understand it. We have Rashard Smith, the converted wide receiver that had a monster season at SMU in his first year at running back. Jaden Blue, he was the highly sought after recruit, had a little bit of an underwhelming career at Texas, but I think could be a very good receiving back at the next level. Donovan Edwards, he's a home run hitter, but he's not somebody you're going to count on play in, play out. Beck from TCU, he was the winner of the, what would it be? The Senior Bowl MVP this past season. So good things there. Mason Taylor, son of Jason Taylor, LSU tight end, has all the tools. Rumor has it that he is locked in as a second round pick. And if the right situation evolves, he could even sneak to the end of the first. So we'll see. Quinn Ewers, I think the hate has fallen a little too far on Ewers. Like if you were expecting him to come in day one and be the franchise quarterback, then I get the hesitation. But if you're looking at him as a day two prospect with some real upside, then I like that quite a bit. Like, let's say there's a situation where the Rams say, okay, we're gonna hold on to Stafford for one more year, but we're gonna draft Ewers as well. He's super young, only 21 years old. We're gonna hold on to Ewers for one more year, or Stafford for one more year, and then we're gonna put Ewers in potentially. I think that could be an amazing scenario for a guy like that. So, hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Terminal Sarcasm. That's a good name. It's a good name. In a 14-team league, Hawkinson or a mid first. If you're not contending, is it? You said it's tight end premium though. I feel like that's not quite enough. If it was this year's class, yes, I would do it. Next year's class, I don't think I would. But we'll see. Oh, man. So as we finish this up, wrap this up, I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this. I don't know how much you guys study this or don't, but in the chat right now, tell me the running back that you think has the best 40 time, the player for fantasy that helps his stock most at the combine, and the player you're most excited to watch at the combine. So 3 things. The running back with the fastest 40, the player that you think you're most excited to watch, and the player that you think helps himself the most at the draft or at the combine. Who is it? So give me all of them. Jaden Blue, 40-time king. Could see that. I think it's going to be Dylan Sampson. But we'll see. Scattaboo helps himself the most of the combine. That could be true. If he tests better than we expect, like right now, I have him as like a 4.65 type of guy. If he is Tristan, and if anyone has a question they want to ask a running back, let me know. So Tristan, reminder, he is there live. Tristan and I might also do a TikTok live together. So if you guys are interested in that, we might do a TikTok live together and answer some questions and things there from the combine itself. So we shall see. DJ Giddens is going to run the fastest 40. Then Tootin and Ollie Gordon. So yeah, we have a lot of different predictions. I think Dylan Sampson is the guy that wins the 40. I think he has the fastest 40 of the group. He's a former like track guy. So those track guys usually do pretty well. So give me Dylan Sampson for the 40. I'm really thinking that, just like this, Ryan, I'm with you on this part. Combine helps Quinshon Judkins. I think Judkins is a better athlete than people are giving him credit for. And then most excited to see, I think I'm most excited to see Jalen Milroe. I want to see, like, what does he run? What does he bench? Like, is he somebody that could legitimately play running back or receiver at the next level? And then I also want to see him throw. Like, I think, yes, it's on air, but I would like to see that. Right now, I have not done as deep of a dive into wide receiver as I have running back at this point. But right now, I have Trey Harris as wide receiver 6 in the class. So right now he's 6, but that's mostly just on like highlights and what I saw during the season. Mr. Beggs, like, you think Scadaboo's going to win the 40? He might have the slowest. Now, I think if you switch him and Scadaboo, or switch him and Samson with the 40 time, Scadaboo, the one you're excited to watch, or thinks helps himself the most. That I could see more. Restrepo, I could see Restrepo as well. John, I'm with you. The gauntlet drill is very, very fun. Very, very fun. Burden is wide receiver number 7 or 8. So you are not high on Luther Burden. Scadaboo is either going to jump up the draft boards or fall into late day 3. Late day 3, I don't think there's any chance he's late day 3. Like, there's no chance he goes later than the 5th round. I would be shocked. If he goes that far. Nick Singleton, Andrew, he decided to not enter the draft this year, so he will be back for his senior year. Yeah, he's gotten a lot of hate. Powerfold. So if Debo does leave, I do like Ayuk, but I don't think much changes for him. I'm really interested in Pearsall and Jennings. I think Jennings is somebody you can get like crazy cheap. Crazy cheap. But we'll see. I don't think so. First of all, I don't think he runs a 4.7. But even if he does, my guy Kyron Williams still was in the 5th, even with that. And I don't think Kyron Williams is getting the hype that Scadaboo's getting. But we'll see. We will see. All right, guys. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for hanging out. Had a fun time drafting with you, talking with you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.